This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union.
Well, we're really excited. I think what an incredible coup for Liberty to be able to recruit somebody of the caliber of Hugh. We're very blessed to have him. God just seemed to order the steps in this search process for it to go so quickly, and we're just really excited about what he's going to do with our football program, both on and off the field.
How much of a whirlwind has it been the last 4 days?
Yeah, it's been one of the most amazing weeks of my career, quite honestly. And I've been doing this for over 20 years. But I was obviously went from being really shocked on Sunday when Coach Gill told me that he was planning to retire, and then being there with him, telling the team, and that was a very emotional time on Monday. And then turning around and having to get a search underway and interview candidates and try to get it done in rapid fashion so we could finish up recruiting, which is so critical for us. So again, it's been an incredible week. I'm blessed with a great staff that have helped us through it.
President Follow confirmed it was a 5-year contract. How challenging was it to work out something as detailed as that in such a short span, especially with other schools reportedly involved?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things. I mean, Coach Freeze had the who's who of the SEC chasing him, and at the end of the day, he said, "Liberty's where I want to be," and that's really a remarkable thing in the coaching profession to do that, and it also shows what his values are and how important his faith is in his life. But we did work very quickly. His agent, Jimmy Sexton, is the best in the business and was fantastic to work with. And we just really appreciate how quickly they work with us, and that we're able to bring this to fruition today to allow him to basically get his bearings at Liberty and then get on the road recruiting next week and wrap it up by the 19th. Yeah, pretty special for Liberty. I mean, you think about it. I mean, a year ago we were an FCS program, and for us today to be able to hire not just an FBS coach, but a coach who's been at a Power 5 school, has coached in the SEC, the best conference in the country, and has excelled in doing it, is really remarkable. It says a lot about the university and the football program, and it also says a lot about Coach Freeze, that again, how important working in a Christian environment is for him. So again, we're very excited. You know, we interviewed multiple candidates. I won't give you the exact number, but we looked at both internal and external candidates, and we really did the interview process over a 2-day period. The first 2 days of search was really doing our due diligence, background checks, and research. Then we had 2 days of interviews, and today the announcement. Yeah, I think him coming to Convocation a year ago was really the game changer in this search, because there was already a great mutual respect between Liberty's leadership and the Freeze family. And I think that was really foundational in terms of him being the candidate that we were really focused on, and in turn, him having a great appreciation for Liberty. You know, obviously, his track record, speaks for itself. He's been a very successful FBS coach, but we look a lot at values and his faith, the priority he puts in his family, the way he really pours into his student athletes. He has a great, what I'll call, off-the-field plan in terms of his student athlete development and what he does with them, and it's really the whole package.
What happened at Ole Miss and how he left there? How much vetting did you have to do to make sure the alleged recruiting violations weren't mostly on him?
Yeah, we did a lot of vetting, and we include our compliance office. And I think really the telling thing relative to that is the university received very serious sanctions, but in his role was deemed very, very minor in that. And there was a comment in the infractions report that said his head coach responsibility was commendable, and really spoke the fact that he did everything within his ability to have a very compliant football program. So that spoke volumes to us, and again, we feel really good about him in terms of his character, in terms of his commitment to compliance, and we're confident we have just hired one of the best football coaches in the country.
This
We did, and it's called failure to monitor, but it was a staff member who was doing something inappropriate that he had no knowledge of. And, that's something that could happen to anybody. I have, like many other people, if you have hundreds of people who report to you, you can have a rogue employee, and unfortunately that's what happened at that institution.
How does this hiring accelerate the process of the goals for this athletic program of getting to bowl games, increasing exposure of Liberty University?
Yeah, I think that's a great word for it, is that, Dr. Falwell's vision was for Liberty football to compete with Notre Dame and USC and Alabama. And, even though we're 1 year into FBS, I think being able to hire a coach of Hugh Free's stature does accelerate the process and makes this a very credible program that is going to gain national prominence through his hiring, and we'll get to bowl games very, very quickly.
President Falwell talked about Liberty being the school of second chances. Are you prepared to deal with the critics of this decision?
I don't know a person in life who doesn't need a second chance somewhere along and along the way. And I think if the critics take the opportunity to get to know Coach Freeze and his family, they may go from being critics to friends.
A lot of speculation was that he would use this as a way to get back on track and maybe win a bigger job. Did he convey to you that he wants to be here long term?
Yeah, he certainly conveyed this is where he wants to be, and again, he had a bountiful number of opportunities before him. If he didn't want to be at Liberty, there are a lot of places he could have gone to earn a lot of money and play in stadiums that seat 90,000 people and play at the very highest levels. So I think, again, it really speaks to who he is as a person, that he chose to take this opportunity, and again, we're very blessed that he did.
Did Coach Gill offer any suggestions for the new coach, for a new coach?
Coach Gill's been fantastic in the transition, and he did give me some insight relative to the internal candidates on his staff, and I certainly valued his insight relative to that. Not so much on the external candidates. That was something that we did in conjunction with the search firm and our own research.